log in today to my Storage Treasures account, and I get a notification basically saying that my account's been suspended. You can see it right here. Now, I'm a little pissed. I'll tell you why I'm a little pissed. Because I do a lot of business with Storage Treasures, and the fact that they would deactivate or suspend my account pisses me off. Let me give you a rundown as to what happened and why I'm here. Last week, I purchased a storage unit. The storage unit was $120. You can see it right here. Now, this particular facility or this particular unit was a pretty easy, simple clean out. It literally would have taken me an hour, if even that, to get it cleaned out. The catch is that Public Storage requires a manager to be the one that releases the unit and not just whoever's working at the facility. So you have to call, you have to schedule it to make sure that they're there. So I made the first phone call. Nobody called me back, nothing. About an hour later, I made a second phone call to see if they would answer, nothing. Now, at that point, I called Storage Treasures because they're not being, they're not helping. They're supposed to basically call you back, and they're supposed to, be able to schedule the stuff with you, but nobody did. So Storage Treasures basically told me that they were going to investigate it and that they would have them call me back. Nobody called. Now, the pickup time for this particular unit was 48 hours, which means I had 48 hours from the moment that I purchased it or won the auction to pick up that unit. 2 days pass, no phone calls, no being able to schedule it at all. At the 48-hour mark, now keep in mind I am at a different unit picking up the stuff because that particular unit did call me back. And I get a phone call from this facility basically saying, you need to come get your stuff now. And I said, wait, what? I've been trying to get a hold of you guys for 48 hours now. Nobody's calling me back. I've left multiple messages. Well, you need to do it now. Well, I had already called Storage Treasures and basically explained the situation. And so they were going to be reaching out to a manager, and therefore I had to basically wait to hear back as far as what was going to happen, to see if they would give me more time or if they could work around my schedule at that point, because they failed to call me back. Granted, nothing happened. Monday, I called Storage Treasures again. The first time I explained the situation. The lady at Storage Treasures basically tells me that there's no log of me calling, basically calls me a liar, and says that I need to call the facility and I need to arrange pickup. And so I say, well, how can I do that when they won't answer me? Now, I asked to speak to a manager. Her response to me is, I put you in the queue, goodbye, and hangs up on me. So I was pissed. I called them back. And I'll show all of this in call logs here in a bit. Call them back. I get a really nice lady. She explains, she listens to what I have to say. She basically says that she's gonna call the facility and see if they'll answer for her and see if we can arrange something. So I said, okay. But she can't make outgoing calls. So naturally, she's going to call me back in a few minutes. And I said, okay. So I waited. No phone call. Nothing. So today I wake up and my account is suspended because the facility is basically claiming that I never attempted to contact them and that I never attempted to get the unit and that I basically backed out on the deal, which isn't the case. Now, first person I called this morning when I first saw it basically told me the same thing, that I was lying, that if I wanted to blah blah blah, that I would need to contact the facility, or that I needed to call after 9 o'clock to get a supervisor because there was no supervisors there. I said, okay. I called back a few minutes later and I speak to an individual. He takes all my information, takes everything, and I basically remember that on the second phone call that I did the day before, I recorded it. And because the first person who called me a liar basically said that Storage Treasures doesn't put people on hold, and that I was lying, and that they don't cancel units, which I have had canceled units before. We all have. I've been put on hold multiple times, so I recorded that call. So I played the call back a little for this particular individual and basically sent him an email, which you can see right here. And now I'm waiting. Now, it sucks because I buy storage units left and right, as you can see on all the videos that I have. And the fact that this particular facility, which I'm gonna blast right here, stay away, don't buy from them ever. They're doing some shady shit. I think that they're literally doing some shady shit. They're lying, saying that they tried to reach me. I have no call history of it whatsoever, which again, I will show here. So, what do you do when the storage facility lies and they're doing shady shit and the mediator, which is Storage Treasure, calls you a liar? What do you do? Do you just basically tell both of them to screw off and sign up for another account under a different alias? Do you just go use a different platform? I don't know. What would you do? You know, I've done everything I can to try and resolve this nicely, and I'm literally at a loss for words. I don't understand where their minds are or how they can get away with treating their customers that particular way. Now keep in mind, I do pay them a monthly fee, Storage Treasures, to be a pro member. Part of that is dedicated support. It's what they advertised. But yet when I call for support, I get called a liar? Doesn't really give me much confidence as a customer. But anyways, drop a note. Tell me what you would do in this type of situation.